Hello, everybody. Let me see your microphone for a minute, Alma. This is Pastor Nick Hood, and today I'm with two of the good members of the Plymouth United Church of Christ, leaders in the church, Alma and Greg Carr. Hello. How are you all?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing fine.
Wonderful.
All right. This is part of a series of what I call Faith in Action. And Greg is the vice moderator of the church. Alma is Mrs.
Moderator.
Vice moderator. Yeah, she's the boss of the vice moderator of the church. In our church, we have a pure democracy, which means that all persons who are elected to office are elected by the membership. You're not appointed by the pastor, but you are elected. And I've known Greg and Alma probably for 30 years, maybe a little bit more than 30 years.
30 years plus.
And Alma, I'm going to let you put this back on you, but what I'd like the two of you to do is to talk for a minute about how you came to the church and what you like about the church.
I can take that one. One moment. Gregory and I migrated from the South, and
What part of the South?
Charleston, Mississippi.
Charleston, Mississippi.
Charleston, Mississippi. Yes.
Okay.
We were young. We came here, and we wanted to. We both come from very religious people. Their faith was strong, and when we left home, we wanted to find a church home. So Gregory decided to shop around, but when we went to Plymouth, we decided that was our home because it had so many amenities. Not only the church, but it also had a daycare. So our son Cecil was in the daycare, and our daughter Laquita attended latchkey.
Now, when I met you all, you lived in what's now called City View Apartments.
Is that what it is? It was the Medical Center Village. You're right.
Which,
Exactly.
for those of you who are watching this, it was actually built by the church.
Exactly.
So you didn't have far to go to the daycare center.
It was convenient for me because Gregory always had to be at work early. So it's my responsibility to make sure the children were safe. And I worked across the street at the professional building for Dr. Law. So it really was convenient. So
The
that-
DMC,
DMC.
professional building.
Correct. Correct. And it was really efficient for me because I could drop them off and walk to work.
Mhm.
So that kind of helped out. We got all of the amenities that we were looking for from the church.
And Greg, I remember seeing the two of you. You were young parents with young children, and shortly afterwards, my wife and I had children.
Right.
So you were role models for me.
Yeah.
We didn't
Wow.
know that.
When we first met you guys, we were at the manager's home. We were invited to the manager's home of the complex at the time. His name was Mark. And at that particular event, he wanted to showcase something at his home, talk to the residents of Medical Center Village at the time. You and
Denise was there.
Alma and I were the only ones showed up. And that was the first time we actually met you guys.
Did he live in the development?
I think he lived in the development, and he was the manager. I do know he was the manager of the development.
Right.
But that was when we first met you guys, as you know, you hadn't been too long gotten married, and Alma and I were young parents.
24.
Okay. And Alma and I were young parents, and we were there, and then from there we had gone to the church because the children were there. Cecil was there as a toddler, and Keita was there in the daycare, as Alma had indicated. Latchkey, and you would come through the village, I guess, trying to recruit. And knocking on doors.
Yes.
And so that was the beginning. But Keita, I wanted to make sure that the children were raised in the church because we were raised in the church.
Exactly.
And the first time we came there was, I think it was Easter Sunday, and it was Keita and myself. Cecil was not born at the time, but he was in the oven.
Mhm.
And so, anyways, Keita and I came there,
And you came home and you said, baby, I think I found a church home.
Because it was the different amenities and the different programs that we like, and we felt comfortable, and I think that's very important. And that was one of the reasons why we chose that church, because we had been to other churches. I won't name them, but it was short and sweet to the point, and that's what I liked about. That's why we decided to become members of Plymouth.
Well, tell me this. Now, you got married when?
75. So
1975, right before me and Denise.
Oh, was that?
We got married in 76.
76.
Oh,
So we
okay.
have an anniversary coming up in December.
Okay, and what will it be?
44.
44 years.
Yes.
So tell me this, what have been some of the highlights to the two of you about marriage?
Well, even though we got married young.
46 years. That's impressive.
44
44 years.
44
Okay.
years.
Married in 76,
Yes.
44 years.
Married in
75, 44 years.
75.
And 75.
And yes, and I
So
think the
Denise and I are
highlight-
right behind you. We got married in 76.
Okay, so
Mhm.
you are right behind us. One of the things, and Alma and I think one of the key things to me to marriage is communicating. That is key for Alma and myself. Even if we disagree, we communicate what we don't like.
We can
And
agree
we
to
also,
disagree.
we can agree to disagree, and we also communicate what we like. So I think with that, and we will tell each other one of the, we have this thing about, okay, what will not keep us together, and what, the things that will separate us and things that will not. And when you talk about that, I think that really makes a bond stronger. So that's what the marriage is built on: trust and just, communicate, which is key.
And after, over a period of time, because we've been married for so long, he's my friend. I consider him my best friend.
So you say it's important in marriage to be friends.
It really, it does.
To laugh together, to tell each other stale jokes, or
Yes.
whatever the case may be.
So tell me this, after 44
Four,
years,
mhm.
have you become better friends?
Yes,
Yes.
I think
Your
so.
friendship has grown.
Yes. Yes.
I have colleagues when I was working. I guess I would talk about Greg so much that they said, do you have any girlfriends? And I was like, of course I have girlfriends. Well, I never hear you talk about them. You always talk about Greg. I said, well, we do things together. We talk, and we just enjoy each other's company. So.
Okay, and tell me this. This is the short video for the home folk.
Okay.
How has your faith grown through the years? You've grown as friends.
Right.
Has your faith grown as well?
Mine has.
And so has mine.
Mine.
And experience has been the best teacher.
Yes.
So would you say it's your experiences that have helped?
Experiences,
the faith grow?
we read the Bible. Alma and I both have completed the completion of reading the Bible. And we read a scripture every day. And based upon the scriptures that we read, we try to find scriptures that, based upon what is going on in our lives,
Right.
we want to get further into that. And I would definitely say my faith has increased because of, life has not been that sweet, but it hasn't been that bad. It has been challenging, but I can truly tell you that I've learned from the challenges that I've faced. And when the going really gets tough, one of the things that I read, and I love it, and it gets me through the day, and when I can't say anything else, I'm going to always, just say, God help me. But one of the key things is Ecclesiastes, 3rd chapter, 1 through 4.
To everything there's a season.
Absolutely.
Exactly.
Time.
Purpose purpose under the heavens,
under
you
the
know,
heavens.
time to do this and
Time
do
to be
that.
born, the time to
Yes.
die.
Exactly, and that gets me when things are
Time
going.
to speak, a time to keep your big mouth shut.
For sure.
That's the gospel according to Dick.
Yeah, but it's the truth.
Uh-huh.
You know, but that's the kind of stuff that has helped me. Sometimes the quick, short verses, and when things are beyond my control, the serenity prayer, but more
Yes.
so.
Yes.
And I'll say early in the morning when I wake, you know, when I know I have a challenging day ahead, Father, wherever you lead, I will follow.
Mm.
And that's my thing, and I don't think about it. I just
Mhm.
do it. So whatever's coming, and at the end of the day, I'll say I made it. So,
Because I know when I was younger, I knew what I wanted to accomplish. I had goals. I knew what I thought I knew what I wanted to do. In my mind, my human mind, I did. But that wasn't what God wanted me to do. So sometimes he will let you go, and you will go left, right, but you always end up back to where you began in doing what he wants you to do.
Mhm.
So now I just ask for guidance.
Okay.
You know, so
All right. Well, Greg and Alma Carr, I'm glad to talk with you. We're going to cut this short. I hope to see you Sunday in church.
we will.
And
That's the plan.
for those who are watching who maybe don't have a church home, what would you say to them to invite them to come to Plymouth United Church of Christ?
We welcome you with open arms and hope to see you as soon as possible. It's a good church to visit.
it's more like a family. Once you enter the door, there is a welcoming presence.
And a lot to be entertained. Well, I won't use the word entertain, but there's a lot that
going on within the church.
You know,
it just is an awesome
there's something for
place.
everyone.
Exactly.
There's something for everyone.
Yeah. Well, look, on that note, I just want to say for those who are watching, if you don't have a church home, the Plymouth United Church of Christ is at 600 East Warren Avenue in the heart of Detroit, the very tip top of the medical center area of Detroit. We worship on Sundays at 8:30 and 11 in the morning, and Wednesdays at 12 noon. Until tomorrow, this is Pastor Nick Hood. I want to thank Alma and Greg Carr, and God bless. Now just sit tight right here. Okay, say goodbye again to everybody.
Bye.
Alma and Greg.
Bye-bye.
All right.